anticipated previews of the show, and it's the new Range Rover Evoque. It is beautiful. The pictures do not do this car justice. Look at that massive waistline. It just goes all the way up. It is stunning. I mean, tiny rear windows lift up the bodyline. It's very, very muscular. It's the new baby Range Rover. So this sits in below the Sport. So we've now got the Evoque, the Sport, and then the full-on Range Rover. And this is, as the production car is, there's going to be 3 different levels. The top being Diamonique, which is what this car is based on. And as you can see, it's almost like an SUV coupe. It is humongous inside though, and so heavy. So for instance, massive boot still, so still plenty of room for the things that Range Rover drivers put in their boot, you know, like kids and nannies. It's still going to remain a 3-door, and this is absolutely stunning inside. It's a totally new design for Range Rover, very sporty, everything wraps around actually in this space, but then you've got this huge center console that goes through. Still keeps all the terrain settings that every normal Range Rover does, but we now have the sat-nav high. The panoramic roof is an optional extra and won't be standard on any 3 of the cars, including the top of the range. But overall, it's very spacey. There's plenty of room in the boot, plenty of room in the back, and this is genuinely a beautiful 4-seater SUV coupe. It's amazing. Now, it's due for production, and we should see it on the roads from late summer of next year. So this means that eventually we'll probably see the cars on the road from September. So it's still a long time to wait before we see this car on the road, but well worth looking at the order books because this is bound to go quickly. Because of its popularity and because it's still a Range Rover, Land Rover don't seem to think it will take many sales away from Freelander or from Discovery or even from Sport. But overall, it is a totally new direction for Land Rover and for Range Rover, with a sensibly sized, although still, it is still huge. I mean, this is me next to this car. It is still a massively long car. It is still actually quite high. It's not, you know, it's no Ford Focus at the end of the day. It is still a Range Rover, and it does have the biggest wheels and highest wheel arches, which means it's still going to be very, very able off-road. What we do wait to see though is exactly how this is going to sell. Whether this is going to go to the Range Rover Sport market that can't afford the Range Rover Sport, or whether this is going to go to a totally new dynamic, because obviously the car's not going to be as expensive as the Discovery, it's not going to be as expensive as the Range Rover Sport, and it's not going to be as expensive as the Range Rover. So you'll have to wait at least another year before you see this famous grille out on the road and before you see those amazing lights coming up behind you. But when you do, make sure you get out of its way because this is going to be quick.